Hello?
Holy crap, you're alive.
Yeah, sorry, I was in prison 2 weeks ago, and then last week I just wasn't gonna be here.
We gotta
I
talk.
wasn't here last week. Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, I kind of forgot about that because the I was in prison, and then I wasn't here last week. My bad.
Unbelievable.
It's my first day returned.
Mmm. Yeah, some of your people are still in prison.
It's because the they were some people were held until trial. Like for example, I just got straight up charged with something, but some people had a trial that was either yesterday or today, I think, and they finally got charged with it. And apparently they're in there for like another week or something. Like
Yeah.
they were out, but now they're actually in because they're charged.
Lang called me like 5 times today from prison, freaking out.
Why?
Because he's got 7 years.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not great.
Are you free
It's not
now?
it's not
We meet up?
great at all. Yeah, can you give me like 10 minutes and I will call you? I will actually call you in 10 minutes.
Okay, oh, I'm off duty. I'm up north, like chilling in my vehicle, so I could like pull up to Babylon and pick you up.
Okay. Now we should probably meet somewhere. I'll pull up in a car because I don't want people being all nosy.
Okay.
I'll call you in 10 minutes though. I just have to like write some stuff down first.
Alright.
See you. Hello, bjorn. Good to see you on this night.
Hello.
The twilight rays shine pleasantly upon you.
Did you just put a curse on me?
Sorry, I couldn't hear what you just said.
Did you just put a curse on me?
I did not.
Okay. Okay.
Quite the opposite, in fact. How have you been?
I've been busy. Big things are afoot,
This is uh
Delver.
this is good news. Well, you've always done it big, now haven't you, bjorn?
That's right. And
That's what they say.
I'm cooking up some big things right now, Lil D. Some big things are in play.
What do you mean?
We got to get rid of electronic devices.
Oh, like okay, I'll put them here.
Hey man, are you a clanker? That's a clanker. I'm calling it. Dennis is a clanker. Boom. Got him.
Okay, I've gotten rid of them.
Ah,
Well,
you can't do
they're
links,
over there.
clanker. No links. Excellent.
Yes,
Well,
what is that, a tent? No, it's a bush. Sorry, it just looked weird. I thought it was caught my eye.
to start off, something might be happening tomorrow or the next day.
What do you mean?
Guess who called me 4 times today from prison?
You told me.
Yeah. And guess what he wants?
What's he want? To be let out of prison?
To be broken out.
I guess that makes sense.
He's losing his mind. He can't handle 7 years in there. He's too old and weak.
Yeah, but he's just gonna go back to prison for longer. Okay.
Yeah. That's the thing. He might. He might just get caught and go back, but I told him I'd look into it, and any way for me to directly help him it's too easy for me to end up getting fired from, and I've got bigger things in play that he knows about, so he doesn't want to risk that either. We've been talking a lot lately, the past week or two.
Oh, I find this unusual.
Let's just. You know how unusual it is, Delver? For one of the first times in a long time when he called me today, he was nice to me.
That's even more unusual.
I agree. I
But
see
it
your
did
belly
sound like he
button.
wanted something from you.
It did. He does. He does. But I also asked something of him recently. Something's gonna be happening
Oh,
soon. And no one else knows this outside the guild. No one in Babylon knows but him. But I'm gonna need a place to hide. And I'm gonna be hiding in Babylon.
you have mentioned needing a place to hide in the past when we were supposed to talk much earlier.
It is about this. And I had this big talk with Lang. And after we had a lot, we met, we were together for like an hour the other day talking about it. And at
I
the end,
see.
he agreed that I could hide out in Babylon. But
Oh,
no one's gonna. He doesn't know I'm telling you this, and he might not even want you to know some of the details. But I'm gonna tell you about some of the stuff, and it's gonna be happening. I'm gonna be, and I hate to say this, but I'm gonna be losing my bulk and cutting down so I can blend in better.
what?
Yeah.
But you've been working on this for years.
I know, and I hate to do it, but I'm gonna have to finally cut.
Oh my god.
It's the only way that they won't recognize me. Otherwise, they're just gonna see these muscles, and I'm gonna get muscle ID'd.
Yeah, that's not. No, I guess that makes sense. Ugh. Oh, Bjorn, this is.
Yeah.
This is. What exactly are you planning that will require this?
Remember how Sanguine ended?
Um, it ended in many ways.
Do you remember some of the major players from the PD side of Sanguine?
Yeah, yeah.
Who do you remember?
There was obviously Brian Knight. It was a big part of it. Who else? Oh, the what was his name? His name was something Davis. That guy. Someone Davis. Mr. Davis
Yeah.
was him.
Governor Davis.
Oh, what about Axel Justice? Is that a different guy?
That was a different guy. I think he's dead.
Yeah, I don't remember which ones of. Did they all die? I know some of them did.
No, well, I mean, you might have heard Brian Knight's now the director of the Marshals, and
Right, right.
something happened with Davis.
I could have sworn it. Did something happen? I thought it was the other guy.
Well, if you might remember, Davis and Knight were the ones responsible for putting the bomb on the High Cleric.
I thought that was. Okay, yeah, I remember some of this. It's hard to keep track. Okay, I think that's right.
So, I've been trying to figure out, I haven't heard from the Stormlord in a while, but I've been trying to figure out what my mission was, why I was supposed to become a city guardsman. And a couple months back, something happened that made me realize this has gotta be it.
Oh, what is it?
Well, Davis came to town, and I don't know if you follow politics much, but he's no longer Governor Davis. Maybe he was senator. He was either senator or governor back
He
then.
was a senator.
So that sounds right. Yeah, Senator Davis. But do you
Okay,
know?
yeah, he's still alive, right? Because
Yeah,
the guy who died was Axel Justice. Was he also a senator? I think he was.
I don't remember what he was.
Maybe.
But so anyway, Davis came to town because Junior Huntley, Brian Knight, and Arnold Frost were getting three-way married. He flew in for the wedding.
What?
This was months ago. The wedding got
Okay.
canceled though. But you want to know what Davis does now? You're probably out of
What's
the
he
loop on
do?
politics.
Nah, I've been out of the loop.
Let's just say he's now known as President Davis.
What? I don't remember voting for him.
When was the last time you voted?
Um, I don't know. I always just I don't know.
So
It's a great question.
when he came to town, uh, I was put in charge of head of his security and escorted him
Whoa.
around. And we went to the BCSO, and he wanted to talk about with Knight about this group called the Fire Starters.
Yeah, I've heard about them.
They were blowing stuff up, and he wanted to meet with Jaeger to have Jaeger teach the PD how to disarm bombs because he considers Jaeger an explosives expert.
Why would he think that like Jaeger would want to do that?
I don't know.
Isn't that like
Well,
kind of odd?
maybe, but I mean, it's not like Jaeger's on the run, so it's not like they're setting him up, right? Jaeger's not wanted or anything, so
Yeah, but he's the reason why Jaeger can no longer make bombs.
yeah. I mean,
Okay,
they
anyway.
were gonna they were gonna pay him or whatever. They were gonna offer
Oh.
him some. Nothing, I don't know if anything crazy, but they were gonna like incentivize him, not just for free. I don't know if anything crazy,
Hmm.
but they were gonna try to pay him. But this gave me
Okay.
the idea. These guys are willing to put the president in a room with Jaeger and I. And it hit me. That is the mission. We are going to kill the president.
Hmm. This is quite serious.
This is very serious. And so I've told this plan to Lang, and he agreed to allow me to hide out in Babylon afterwards. Of Los Santos in game.
This is a lot to take in.
Yeah, this is what I've been trying to meet with you about for like 3 weeks.
I apologize we couldn't meet sooner. It was just
But you can
constant
see
inconveniences.
now why this was important to meet up
Yes,
about.
it sounds quite serious and important, yes. Hmm. Do you, what's tomorrow? Oh, okay, that's a separate thing.
The thing
Sorry,
tomorrow
I'm
is
recollecting what you told me.
I've got a lot of people that owe me a lot right now. And I've got a group that's willing to break Lang out of prison for me. It's a separate thing, but that's that's why Lang and I have been talking is because I met with him a week or two ago and told him about this plan, and he said, he agreed to allow me to hide out in Babylon, but no one there would know my real identity but him, and now you, obviously, because what I'm going to be doing is burning off my fingertips. I'm going to be changing DNA in the MDT. So if the city guardsmen pick me up, my DNA is going to come back to a different person. And I'm going to have their ID on me. So no one in Babylon is going to know who I am but you and Lang.
I see.
And I don't know. I didn't tell Lang I was going to tell you, but I think it's better than the plan was always been to tell you for a while, and I think it's better if more than just Lang know, because there could be a situation where I might need a little backup for something. I think it's better to have you know as well.
Hmm.
Make sure I'm not yelling. Good.
You think part of your mission was this specifically? You think this is the
This is
one
the
of the end
only.
destinations of what this path is that you've set yourself on?
I think so. Once I realized that they were willing to put that me and Jaeger could be alone with the president, it's the only thing that made sense. Because what better way to disrupt the government?
Yes, no, I completely understand.
It's the only thing that makes sense. And once I found out that this was possible, I've been planning this for months.
I would like a vial of his blood.
Why do you want a vial of the president's blood?
It's something that I would like to have in my collection. Anyway, this is I think this is a good idea. I think this path you've set yourself on, it feels right to me.
It does feel right.
It feels just.
It feels good.
Finally, they will pay for what they've done to us, bjorn. Finally, their day of reckoning will come. And then amongst the ashes, maybe we take a grab for true power.
A lot of things could happen after this.
What do you mean?
With what you just said, grab at true power. Who knows what's going to happen after? This is going to destabilize the government.
Well, we don't need them. We don't need them anymore, bjorn. Well, we'll probably have a good little bit before the next election, right?
An election, probably. I don't know. I don't know what the laws say for that when that happens.
You know what the real problem is going to be? That weasel, Brian Knight, is going to try and weasel his way into this scenario.
I know, and I wanted.
He's going to be all over it. It's going to be his whole life.
He was part of the plan originally, and I wanted him to be involved. Where I wanted to take him out with the president, but the issue is any plan that involving Knight makes it way more complicated because he's impossible to catch off duty. And we're going to need a head start because the whole freaking world is going to be looking for us. For anyone
Ugh.
involved. And so if Knight's involved, especially if he's on duty, it gives them a faster start. So unfortunately, I wanted to take out Knight with him, but I think it's not doable at this time with what we're planning. Also, most of the guild already know about this, including Jaeger, and Jaeger is super down. We've kind of already gone over a lot of the details and what we're going to be doing.
You said you talked to Lang about this for an hour.
He had some stuff to show me. We had a long talk about some old stuff.
I see. How old?
A long time ago.
I see. Does the rest of the guild, will they know about that part too?
Which part?
your extended dialogue about a long time ago.
They will. We haven't had a meeting with them lately. Not many people have been around. Um, but they're gonna be staying in the loop on this because here's the thing. There's no way they're gonna know it was me involved with this. That's why I have to try to make them think I'm someone else afterwards. At first, my plan was to fake my death, but something new came up that we're going to be doing to basically claiming credit for this. And so
Wait, something new came up to basically be claiming credit? What do you mean? Claiming credit for what? The death?
we're going to be taking credit for the death. We're not going to be. Originally, my idea was to fake my death and make it look like a group like the Faceless or someone took me and Davis out. But the plan has shifted to where we're going to be basically taking credit for it. So,
Who is we?
the guild.
Like,
The people involved, not. So, because of that, I have looped in the guild because this will greatly affect or could affect people like Eve and Alex that aren't going to be involved because obviously they're not going to. I mean, if they wanted to, sure, but this is not quite their thing, right? So they're not going to be there doing this, but this can affect them greatly because of our association. Because this will likely lead to a crazy investigation, right? Like they're going to look through my phone record, like Jaeger's stuff, like anyone that's involved. They're going to be going through all of our phone records, our bank history, our bank accounts are going to be flagged. Like we won't be able to use our bank accounts, or we won't be able to use anything like that. We'll be flagged for life until we're caught. And this likely leads to life in prison or the death penalty if we're caught.
why are you taking on a new identity, uh, getting rid of your fingerprints, changing the stored data that is your DNA, and becoming a different person if you're going to claim it was you?
Because I'll be on the run.
They seem counterintuitive.
I don't think so. It's not that I don't want them to know that I did it, it's that I don't want to be caught after they know that I did it.
Why do you want them to know that you did it?
There's a little more to that part that I can't explain right now.
Why?
I'm just unable to explain at this time.
Who are you able to explain it to?
A few people.
The guild?
Sort of.
Sort of.
And can't remember what exactly you know, but let's just say some of this might be going back, way back, to some stuff that happened
Like,
before we knew you.
will you tell Lando about this?
Yeah.
Where is he going to fall into this?
It kind of depends on what part he wants to have in this.
Well, if you're talking about old stuff, like you say, I mean, I was there when it all broke out, and I was told what happened because, you know,
Then you probably know what I'm leading towards, and let's say that will be taking credit for it. On the wishes of someone else. And this needs to never be repeated.
why would you do it? Have you never left that? I thought you did.
None of us did.
None of us did?
No.
Well, it kind of seemed like Lando did, no? At least him.
I
And
mean,
it seemed like you kind of did too at the time.
it's not really something you can just leave.
Well,
I would say we did break off for a while. And this route wasn't something I expected this to go, but it was requested upon me to do it this way. And obviously, I need something in return from this person. And I don't have an issue doing it this way, so why not?
hmm. This may become a slippery slope.
Why is that?
Um, I don't know. It seems like last time you guys kind of had a falling out. Do you think the expectations will be the same as it was then?
I don't think anything regarding that is the same as it once was.
Well, what if he acts like it is?
He's pretty unpredictable, so it's hard to know.
I think he is, yes.
But
Well,
I
kind of.
this is the path I see from the store. Like, this is where this seems like the clearest path and what my mission has to be about. And doing it in this way seems like the best way to do it.
Well, I mean, if you feel it is what the Stormlord wants, then you should do it. But regarding this other thing, I think it could go quite well, and the outcome could be completely positive, but I think it could become a slippery slope if you are not careful.
I don't think you're wrong, but I do think that's a
Once
chance I'm
you,
willing to take.
well, it's not really a chance, it's going to be a day by day thing. Once you are in, he's going to have the opportunity to hold it over your head whenever he feels like it.
Well, you mean like once I'm in Babylon?
Yes.
I know, and I've thought of that, and I've thought that at any point Lang could turn on me. But at this point, my options are hide out in the sewers or hide out in Babylon. And Babylon sounds way better than the sewers.
Hmm.
And the issue is just if I don't disguise myself, I'll be spotted way too easily anywhere. And I am for claiming credit, I'll just go in on the run as myself is just it would take them no time to find these muscles.
Are you telling the rest of the guild about this claiming credit portion?
We haven't gotten to that part yet because I can't even remember what all everyone knows about that kind of stuff, which you also understood we can never speak of this again outside of this regarding that. The guild was told about this plan 2 to 3 months ago. I had a conversation in the basement with Lando, Eve, Alex, and Lexi. I don't
Hmm.
think anyone else was there, but this would have been 2 months ago at this point, maybe 3 months ago.
Sounds like the plan has changed a little bit.
It has, because originally the plan was I had this idea when the wedding was happening because Davis was going to be staying. The wedding got delayed, and Davis was going to be staying in town until the wedding. So it gave us a 2 week window. But because of how big this is, I decided that wasn't enough time to plan for everything. And if we were going to do this, we'd have to do it in the future and plan. So that's why I've been planning and plotting for months now. And so I haven't spoken to them about it in 2 to 3 months. And my conversation with Lang was last week. The only person I've spoken to since then is Jaeger, and him and Lang are going to be meeting soon.
Uh, why? Same thing?
Over this kind of Lang. Lang called me after, so I met with Lang and we spoke about a lot of this kind of stuff. Uh, and he told me he wanted me to do it that way, and he told me that he would allow me to come to Babylon afterwards. And we parted ways. And a couple hours later, he called me and told me to get him in a room with Jaeger.
I see. Mhm. I'm quite curious to find out how this conversation with the rest of the guild goes. To be honest, I mean, with me, none of that stuff was necessarily like a me problem. I simply just lived with people constantly trying to attack our house at the time and stuff. But honestly, it was never really. I mean, any issue I had with Lang or whoever, it was kind of the sanguine stuff, and they were just coming over, you know, being knuckleheads or something. I'm not sure, but this is a different thing.
I mean, that part of the plan won't affect anyone except for those people, which would be me, Lando, and Jaeger at this point. Because also, even Alex won't be involved in the plan anyway. They just could be affected by the aftermath if they start investigating, because then they could look into all of us. No, he wants
Are
Lando.
you telling Eve and Alex about this part too?
Mm, I don't know. Most likely, or I might allude to it. The thing is, whether they don't need to know that part, and they will find out that part because they know the plan's going to happen. They have access to the report, so eventually they're going to see it's going to get out what happened, and they're going to know one way or the other. But it's obviously certain aspects like that I've never spoken to them. I know that they have learned stuff and heard stuff from people, but I personally have never told them anything regarding that.
I've definitely been in a room where you've told me about that in the past.
Mm, it's possible.
Because I do remember you talking about removing like a microchip or something. I remember that being a big part of the
That
conversation.
was something different.
Oh,
Yeah, that I
okay.
probably did talk about, but that was something that was. Mm,
I remember it was in the same conversation though. I remember because I remember we were in the theater room and I remember someone like turned the lights out or something and put their phones off.
that was a different thing that Jaeger tried to start that involved all of us. Uh, hmm, I can't remember what it involved. That involved different people though. That was something different that involved us having micro explosives in our neck.
That wasn't the same thing?
No, those are different things.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I learned about that
That
in like the same meeting as to when we talked about why does Lang want to kill Lando so bad.
Yeah, that was reset. Yeah, that was the separate
At least
group.
at the time. I mean, this was so long ago though. It's honestly hard to remember, but I do remember the meeting.
Yeah, so that involved a lot of pretty much the same people, but more people. Maybe not exactly the same people. It involved mostly the same people, but a lot of additional people, including people
Oh,
like I think Nick, Michael, Dab, um, and more guildies.
oh.
And I think that would have been before we met you, probably, or maybe as we met you. But
I
it,
think a lot of this stuff, yeah, was
yeah.
before.
But this was different from this. There were two different groups. That
Oh,
one, not a lot came of it, and I think it was more openly talked about later on.
okay, but the Lando stuff was like the other thing though. Like what the
Yes, yes.
do you think he's going to receive this well?
I don't know. I mean, I'd like to hope that he could find a way to redeem himself because everyone agreed what he did was really dumb.
A lot of things he does are very dumb.
And so maybe we could find a path for recovery.
When you spoke to Lang, did he bring up these other people at all? Like, was this just like a brief thing that kind of got.
What do you mean other people like the people from the bigger group I was just talking about?
Yeah, or like say in this operation, if you call it, was it just like blame it on this, or was it do it with these people?
Uh, well, the group with the microchips and stuff that has never. I honestly almost forgot that even happened. It was nothing much came of it, and it didn't really go anywhere. So like that's I don't think he's ever even brought that up. So that wasn't brought up. Um, I mean, he brought up that he's still pissed at Lando, more than pissed. And that's where we talked about that a little bit where you know I told him that I agreed what was done was no one was quite happy about, but the issue obviously we didn't want to see Lando die for it.
Hmm. Huh. Okay. Well, it's going to be a strange thing to bring up, I think.
Well, I'm gonna wait and see. I want to see how Lang and Jaeger's conversation go, and then we'll go from there.
Got it.
But also, I do not bring any of this. I need to. For now, we don't need. Lang doesn't need to know that you know or what you know. But I wanted you looped in because if I'm hiding out in Babylon, I might need someone. I'm gonna need someone besides Lang knowing. And obviously, the plan was to always loop you in. I just haven't had the chance.
Gotcha. Yeah, I won't say anything.
But yeah, I mean, there are definitely a lot of issues. Who knows if I even make it to Babylon? I could get caught before then. But the plan is I'm
That's a
gonna
good
be
point.
I'm gonna be cutting weight ahead of time and cutting and then I'm gonna wear a bjorn sized suit so that I'm actually smaller than I look like, and the moment the plan goes I'm taking off the
Whoa.
suit.
Whoa. Whoa. What, do you have like a plan? Are you going to like steal someone's identity or are you gonna like get a new one?
I'm I'm gonna steal someone's identity and I'm gonna make my DNA match their profile on the MDT.
Do you have any ideas on whose identity you're gonna steal?
Well, I have the idea of someone that I think could be Stag, and I might take it, named Jack Flint.
Jack Flint.
Yep. So long, like
Okay.
months ago, did I tell you about this?
I think so.
So yeah, I
You
got
found something
pinged.
on the
Yeah,
on the boat.
I got pinged down to the stocks, and at the top of one of the crates there was in chalk written something about the rooster flying over the rest. And there was an ID there and a hard drive, and the ID came back to a Jack Flint, state ID 6911. That person
Hmm.
twatted that day. What year is it? And that's the only sign I've seen of this person in months. But I already have their ID. So taking their identity would be easy. I would just need to alter the MDT to make my DNA match the profile. And then once they can't fingerprint me, they'll have to DNA match. And anytime that if I do get arrested afterwards, they shouldn't know it's me. I can
Isn't it like
handle.
what if like okay, I don't know if that is Stag or not, right? Like that could just be some guy.
Absolutely
I
could be.
but like if that goes back to Stag, isn't that like kind of a bad idea?
Could be. I mean, I don't know for sure I'm using them. That's just one I have in mind. Because the thing is, I
Okay.
need to use one that I can easily get the ID. And that's just an ID I have on me. I'm still going through and like figuring out who I'm gonna use. I'm also gonna change like my like in the MDT profile for me, Bjorn. I'm gonna change my blood to come back to Jimbo's so that it shows up on old crime scenes, but it'll never show up again.
Ooh, good idea.
Yeah, so whenever they look, they'll still see like my blood showing, like the blood on file for me, showing up to different like scenes where city guardsmen were there. But then and it's someone that's dead, so new DNA will never show up.
That is good. That is good. Huh. I see. Okay. Well,
There is a lot of ways it can go wrong, though, but
there's a lot of ways this could go
there's a reason
wrong.
why I've been cooking this up for months and trying to figure out exactly what I'm gonna do.
Do you like know at the moment if there's like anything that this Davis guy will be at or present for?
No, so that's the other thing is that like I'm going to have to lure him into this in by plane where then I will be his head of security. And that's like one of the last pieces is what am I going to use to get him, because I also need to make sure that he gets here without Knight realizing, and him and Knight are close. So I have to basically lure him in to fly in, and then I have to be the one to pick him up as because I am assigned to head of his security without Knight knowing. And then from there we're going to take him to Chumash.
Oh no. Okay. Um, Originally you said you were going to loop Knight into the plan?
Yeah, originally I wanted to try to take them both out, but it's too risk. It makes it
Oh,
way
okay.
more
No, I
complicated.
understand.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like you were going to have him assist
No,
you, and that's what confused me.
yeah,
Okay.
because it would be I could easily like do this plan, get him in town, and then get Knight with us, and we could take them both out. But it makes it way more complicated because Knight's always on duty. So if he goes somewhere with the president, he's likely going to let other marshals know. And then also his beeper is going to go off the moment this happens. So it makes it like way riskier for us to get away from it initially. So like it's best if that's why I'm now trying to figure out a way to avoid Knight knowing it first, because it's just way too complicated with him being like more involved.
Oh, it's going to be very difficult then to not
I
have like
know.
a someone who's on duty near him.
Well, that's the thing is he won't know that I'm off duty. I'll like pick him up off duty, but he won't know that I'm off duty, right?
That makes sense.
Because I'm gonna like I'm trying to figure. I'm still figuring out exactly what I'm gonna do, but I'm basically gonna be reaching out to him and like either telling him Jaeger wants to meet or telling him maybe like the wedding that didn't happen, tell him that it's back on, and then tell him there are like I might tell him there are some security threats that we are worried about for the wedding. The moment you reach the island, call me and no one else, but I need to make sure it doesn't sound sus. So like some plans like that I'm working out exactly how to reach out.
I see.
That's basically the final piece is figuring out how to get in a car with him where I'm off duty and no one else knows, and then from there it shouldn't be hard.
Where's he going to show up? I guess like the airport or something?
Yeah, he flies into the airport every time, so I pick him up from LSIA.
I see. Hmm. Okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there is a chance that he's just going to like, if he's not suspicious of you, that he just kind of goes with it. Like if you're just like, hey, turn your phone off and stuff like that, he'll probably do it if you're like his head of
Yeah,
security, you
exactly.
know?
I just need to make sure I think of like if I do the wedding plan, I just tell him like, the wedding's happening, we want to invite you. We want you to be a surprise guest, so we're going to like we don't want anyone to know you're coming. We want it to be a surprise. And like when you get here, like you just reach out and I'll escort you, something like that. Because it's not like it's strange coming from me because I've literally been assigned to his head of security.
Yeah, I guess also like the reasoning is if it's a surprise, then like no one can prepare for it, you know, in like
Yeah,
a bad way.
that's what I'm leaning towards is like the wedding that didn't happen. I tell him that it's back on, and we want him. I want him to be a surprise guest. So, which would involve him not telling Knight because Knight was one of the people supposed to get married.
Hmm. Ugh. That's kind of okay. Wait, so your plan is to drive him to. Is your plan to like take him out somewhere and then drive him to the pier, or is your plan to just drive him to the pier?
No, it's drive him to the pier.
If he's like, I've heard of this pier, why are we here? Like, what do you do then?
I mean that part will be easy because worst case he gets spooked and I just hold him up and walk him
Oh,
out. Jaeger's already bribed the residents of Chumash that one day we're going to be coming out there with weapons, no questions asked, and they're going to turn a blind eye.
I see.
So yeah, once I get him to the pier, it's not as big a deal because once he's there, it's done.
Hmm. Okay.
Because I was also worried about using Chumash because the Raiders hold it down, but when I had the talk with Jaeger, he went and immediately bribed them with like 200 grand and told them that one day we're going to be out there and they're basically just going to let us do whatever we got to do.
Yeah, that makes sense. Huh. Okay. Uh, what's your plan to like? What do you do if like you're already getting followed like when you're going there?
Like what? Like I'm being tailed?
Let's say you're already getting tailed
Why would?
like when you're going there.
I mean, if I guess it depends on who. Like I could just pull off and talk to him, right? Because I'm a city guardsman, so I could tell like pull out. I wouldn't lead them there if I, because I'm gonna watch obviously to see. I might take a strange route like up Rockford and through the hills, and then like come out towards Chumash
Mhm.
and make sure I'm not being followed. If I'm being followed, I won't lead them to Chumash, and then if I'm being followed through there, I'd probably go Zancudo. Like keep going north, go Zancudo, and then probably like park there, have hit Davis wait, and then talk to who's ever. If it's like a city guardsman telling me, I'll tell him like I've got something special I'm working on, and tell him I need because I could say it's for like I'm working on like a top secret investigation or whatever because I mean these people trust me. If I tell them I'm working on
Yeah.
something and I need them not to tell me, they're probably gonna.
Is your plan for no one in the police to even know that this guy was in your car like at all?
Yes, most likely.
So in a perfect world, if like for whatever reason your DNA isn't on scene, you could just show up to work the next day?
No, because with this investigation, there's like a 99% chance they find the email that I send Davis to get him in town.
Oh.
Because there's no other way for me to get him in town without reaching out to him. And when they go through his phone and go through his emails and see that, they're going to see that's from me. And then they're going to be
Yeah,
like,
that's going to be pretty suspicious.
yeah. So that's why, like, because that's another reason it was going to be hard to fake my death. Was because they're going to be like, well, why the hell was bjorn having Davis come here? So basically, taking credit for it is also just makes more sense because I think they're gonna know it was. They're like, there's no way to make it seem like they don't know it's me.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, when you say take credit for it, is what do you like a calling card, that kind of thing? Is that the plan?
Something like that.
In the past, did the police ever like associate any names with that?
Ye- I think so, but I don't know for sure.
Okay,
There's a
I guess
chance.
something to keep in mind.
There's a chance that most of them will have no clue what's happening from
Well,
that.
yeah, but it's gonna be Brian Knight who's
Night
probably going to be
will.
looking into it, and he definitely would have known at the time
Yes, correct.
if there was anything to know. Okay. Yeah, it could be quite complicated. Um, is there a chance that there's just like other people who find out he's in town somehow and are like also have the same plan or something?
Unlikely. I've only seen him visit once, maybe twice since I've been hired on. I think only once for the wedding. He very rarely comes to town.
Yeah, but like, what's he flying in on? You know, like, what if someone at the airport is like, "Oh my God, Air Force One is here" or whatever?
I mean, it's possible. I don't know how he travels.
Huh. Okay.
But I mean, likely very little people would know, right? And if people find out, it'd be basically as he's getting here, where I would be scooping him up immediately. And anyone else that might have any devious plans are likely people I can tell I can call off because I've got a lot of people that owe me a lot of favors right now that I've been helping with stuff while I've been hired on. And that, for example, that's why this group is going to be the group that agreed to break Lang out of prison tomorrow has beef with him because Lang just snitched on them. And they're only doing it for me as a favor because they owe me huge.
Wait, which group did he snitch on?
The besties.
Oh.
I didn't know they had
Oh, okay.
beef, but I hit up them and they basically were interested, but then they told me they had beef, so but then I met with them and they agreed to do it only for me because they owe me because sometimes they ask me for favors and I always come through.
Okay. You think they're like, not gonna like screw him over or whatever?
I thought about that. I think like there is a chance, but I think that it's super unlikely because they know it would like they'd lose my trust, and I've like helped them a lot with stuff, and
I see.
so I'd actually believe that they're going to go through with it just for me.
If he breaks out, how much time does he have before like?
See, that's I don't know. He might just get a forever warrant, is the thing.
Yeah, isn't that like? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how that'll work. So like,
Like, why?
I mean,
Why would he do
here's the
that?
other thing: is Lang might not want to be broken out by them if he just snitched on them. So like, I didn't get to talk to him after I talked to Forehead, so I have to get a hold of Lang tomorrow when he wakes up and see if he even wants that because he might be like, frick these guys, I'm beefing with them. There's no way, they're gonna screw me over or whatever. So I don't know if he's even gonna be down for that. But that's kind of like a separate thing from this other thing.
I see. Okay. Well, what happens if you break out of prison, but then you get sent back to prison like before your sentence is up? Do you even get like any extra time? How does that work?
I mean, he's probably gonna have a warrant for a while, so his warrant will probably last longer than his sentence.
Yeah, but like once you get caught for the warrant, do you just go for your remaining time or do you do the whole sentence
Oh,
again? You know what I mean?
I would guess your remaining time, but I don't know for sure. Because I mean, most people, I don't think a lot of people break out of prison from year sentences like this. I've only seen one
Yeah,
prison
like
break happen while I've been on duty, and I think it was the manor. They like not so you, they like knocked out the power at the power plant and then broke someone out of prison.
huh. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Is it did he just want him broken out of prison?
Yep, I think so.
Huh. Okay.
I hope so, because I think that's all they're planning
Interesting.
for is just one.
Well, there's other people currently in prison.
Yeah, I don't
There's
know.
a bunch of people.
It sounds like just
Okay.
him, but the Bessie's plan is to arm everyone in the prison with weapons to create insane chaos.
And then what?
I mean, that's then they get out. So they like knock out the power grid, they break into the prison, they arm everyone they possibly can, and then they escape with Lang.
Oh. How did they break in? Like with
Once they knock the power out, I think they're able to
the
get.
gates open?
I don't know exactly, but I think so. I think something when they knock out the power, people they're able to get in and out. Maybe they might have to. I think they might have to mess with some kind of power boxes in the prison or something. I'm not for sure. I know they can't fly because anyone that flies over the prison, PD will just shoot. DOC and PD shoot immediately. So yeah, I don't know. They got to somehow like drive, like run out or drive out.
Huh. Okay. I guess that's interesting. All right, well, good to know all of this information, I guess. I'll be thinking about it.
The big plan is probably coming up soon. We might be a couple weeks out.
I guess keep me posted.
Well, you might be seeing me in Babylon soon. I'll just be looking a lot different.
Yeah. Um, I'm curious to know how the meeting goes with the rest of the guild about this.
I mean, so the first meeting, no one was Adam. No one was against the plan, and I kind of brought it up.
Claiming credit part.
I mean, I don't think that really changes whether that happens or not. I don't know if that really affects them in any way.
I well,
Because that kind of either way, they know it's me. One way or another, they know it's me. So either way, the rest of the guild's going to get looked at and investigated because of that.
yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I'm just curious to know how it'll go. I suppose I might go completely fine, honestly, but I kind of predict a chance that it will not be.
I mean, we'll see. Because, I mean, some of that stuff is stuff I shouldn't even talk to them about.
Well, I hear you. Um,
It should be fine.
but if you do leave a calling card, it will be in the news, and they will find out.
Yeah. I don't think there's been any issues with him talking. You
And
see
this
his.
is one of those things where,
He might just be holding down his mic button. His lips are
for
moving. He's not talking
example,
yet.
I mean, for one of the, it wasn't really a big deal necessarily, but like, well, I guess in some ways it kind of was too, but I personally felt like there was a little bit of you know, confusion for me joining New Babylon, and one of the reasons why is because Lang is there, you know? But that's just like me living somewhere where Lang is just there and kind of in charge, but that it's like me living in a village that he's like the mayor of or something. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the dynamic.
Yeah.
But the confusion was because of this former controversy with him. I think your situation is kind of like the nail directly on the head.
What do you mean?
Well, weren't like most of from my point of view, like any like sort of bad taste that some of the guild may have because of Lang, is it not like directly related to that stuff, but in the past? Am I wrong?
I wouldn't say all of it is, but there's definitely some relation to that because that's the issue. Uh, because technically, okay, what do you know about? You know everything about Meow, right?
Um, it's been a while. I don't know. Refresh me.
I mean, you know what happened to him, right?
He died?
Yeah, do you know why?
Not entirely. I, I honestly, it's possible at some point in the past I was told, but I don't really remember. Or I wasn't told, but I remember hearing that he did die. I
He,
don't know. There's so much like miscellaneous information that's just hard to,
I don't know exactly what happened, but he started losing it at one point, and he started like hanging out with city guardsmen back then and like telling them stuff he shouldn't have, and basically started like talking openly about stuff that he never should have been. And we had a code to live by, and we did as the code told us to. If we did what we were supposed to with that code, we would have done the same to Lando, but we refused to.
oh boy. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That adds up.
And Lang brought this up, and I told him that we, like me personally, I couldn't live with doing that again. And that no one agreed with what happened or what was done, but we didn't want to go down that route again.
Hmm. Yeah, that sounds like something that you're gonna have to figure out then.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we're really gonna see, it's gonna come down to like Jaeger and Lang talking because they haven't spoken in a while, and even when they've spoken recently, it's not been about this, but obviously this is gonna be brought up, so
Does Lando still want to become a marshal?
I, I don't know. I haven't seen him much lately, so I'm
Oh, okay.
guessing no, but I don't know. I mean, he and at this point, he's running out of time because I think we had planned on him being involved with this potentially, and even if he's not directly involved, after this happens, there's no shot the marshal like Knight would hire him. I would imagine.
Yeah. There's like I don't know. I don't know what the dynamic is. Obviously, I knew kind of what it was at the time back in the day, and I mean, it seems like Lang, like, I don't know if he has a grudge exactly, but I don't like, it's something I've thought about too, like, even the past few months, where I just thought it would be interesting to try and get Lang and Lando to, like, meet up again just to see what would happen, but I have not arranged that because I didn't think it'd be a good idea exactly, but it's something I've thought about.
I think it
I don't know
wouldn't
how
go
that would go.
well.
Yeah, I don't know.
I,
That being said, though, like this is something that will probably come up
yeah.
if you do this.
Oh, it's definitely gonna come up, but that's why uh, that part's kind of just waiting to see how the like Lang and Jaeger conversation goes and what direction that heads in.
Yeah, it's I guess there's probably a way to go about it where it ends positively somehow. Um, I'm not sure if either of the parties will like do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Honestly, both of them are kind of idiots in different ways.
And yeah, I mean, some of this stuff could definitely, depending on how their conversation goes, like some of this stuff could definitely change a bit too. So, kind of just have to see how, like a lot of this is dependent on how their conversation goes. So,
All this just to get back with Lang.
I mean, I don't know if, I mean, the overall intent of and goal of this is not to get back with Lang, but this could mend old wounds, which, it's like we're killing three birds with one stone at that point. We're acting upon the Storm Lord. Some people might feel there's some revenge for Sanguine, and also it could better things with Lang.
I think the bettering things with Lang could be a very good outcome, but
I mean, that's an ideal
I
outcome
would
as all three of those happen, but we can't count
completely
on it.
avoid the part two of that plan where you might try and transition it into some sort of a blackmail thing.
I mean, that's the thing is that I realized once, like, I mean, the only blackmail we'll have is on me, not anyone else, because I'll be the one hiding in Babylon, right? Jaeger is surely going to take credit and hide out in the trees where he's never going to be found, probably, while taking credit, right? But I will be in more plain sight, and I know that he absolutely could use this over my head and snake me. But Babylon is probably my best option to hide out. I mean, maybe the sewers is safer, but what kind of life would I have living in the sewers for the rest of forever?
Wouldn't be good.
And so, it seems like my two best options are the sewers or Babylon, and this is the best route for me being in Babylon. I just have to hope Lang won't hold it over my head.
Hmm.
I'm hoping Lang will see the value in having me around as an ally.
Yeah, I don't. To my understanding, he doesn't really seem to be the same as he used to be.
Yeah, when he called me today, he's like I told him that like I thought his best chance to get out was get his boys to break him out, like taking out the power and stuff. And he said he's old, weak, and washed up, and has no boys and no one to help him.
Yeah, I
That
kind of agree with that.
that don't sound like the Lang I knew. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping that he might be at a point where he just needs allies, and having me around on his side would be more beneficial than snitching me out or holding shit over my head.
What do you plan to do when you get to New Babylon?
That I have not gotten to yet, and because I don't know. I mean, probably lay like not make noise, keep quiet, find like some easy, simple job that I can keep doing, and just kind of lay low for a while. But I haven't got to think that far ahead, really.
Okay.
I mean, probably something like real basic, and keep my head down.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good to know. Huh. Yeah, him trying to break out is probably a terrible idea, to be honest, because it's just going to make everything worse. There's no way he can just stay out of prison forever. He's incapable.
Yeah, I mean that's how I see it going too. And I'm kind of helping him as a sign of good faith since he's offered me a place in Babylon, right? And that hopefully me helping him now will better my chances of him not holding this against me when I'm in Babylon, you know? Because it's no like I'm not risking my job for this, right? I'm getting other people that owe me just to do it for me anyway. So I'm helping him at the cost of basically nothing to hopefully what will help the plan in the future more.
I see. Whatever happens, I just wouldn't let him walk over you. Definitely not like it was in the past.
Well, I mean that was our issue before is that we stopped letting him walk over us, and that's when things got bad.
Well, I would never start.
I don't foresee things being the same as they once were. I think everyone involved, including him, are a lot different than we were years and years ago.
Yeah, I think so too.
Jax.
I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure Sab still kills women.
Jax. Some things never change.
Sometimes he shows up to New Babylon, like late at night, and all dazed and confused. Doesn't make any sense. Like he was just out on the prowl or something.
Least surprising thing I heard all day.
It's very worrying. Okay, well, I guess good to know. Is this something you were going to tell Skipper and CJ?
I had considered at one point if that's why I checked about them becoming the Marduk, because the plan was that if I needed the Marduk, if I needed them to give me passage into Babylon, then I might tell them the plan. But I also came to the realization that even if Lang is not the Marduk, he's going to have the power in Babylon because...
For something like this, yes.
And
Currently,
so...
CJ is the Marduk right now. That thing kind of remained whenever Lang's not around, they're just in charge now. But Skipper is no longer that. He's now Babylonian 10 or whatever, because I actually don't remember what he did, but I'm pretty sure he just like fucked up and he got stripped of his titles or something. So now it's essentially just CJ who's in charge and Eliza.
See, I don't know if I would have told CJ. I would have considered Skip because I've got we've known Skip for a while, and I go kind of way back with him. And he came to me a while back asking for help, and I helped him. So the plan was if Skip became like the ruler, and I needed passage to Babylon to go to him, but I kind of just realized like the answer is just it's not going to work unless I get Lang on board, and that's the key.
Yeah.
And so that's why, like, I was like, if I get Lang on board, I don't even need them on board. It's just got to be Lang.
I agree with you, honestly, at this point. I mean, there's also the incident where you learned that they were going to become in charge or whatever, and then you told Skipper, and then he just directly told Lang or whatever, which...
That's what made me realize that I would just have to go to Lang.
Yeah, Skipper, I think he's like kind of more trustworthy, at least for you. But I think like he will tell people, or at least Lang.
Yeah.
And CJ is just really fucking paranoid. So anything that I think you would tell her, she would like retell the story, making you sound as sus as fucking possible. So I would keep that in
Hmm.
mind too. If you're going to relay anything to her,
I mean, at this point, I'm not gonna tell either of them. But
I mean,
initially,
she's quite close to Lang, but she's so fucking paranoid.
but the only way I would tell them is probably like organizing it through Lang because they'll probably listen to Lang, right? So like I
Yeah,
would probably that would be the only way, but I personally won't like try to tell them because initially the plan was that was why I was curious about if they were going to become Marduk is because my thought was I need to go to who's ever in charge, and if it's Skipper, I could probably trust him, talk to him about it, and then if he's the Marduk, he could make it happen, right? But then when I brought that up to him, and he immediately told Lang, that's where it was like the final straw, where like I just have to get Lang on board because I was already thinking before that I'm probably gonna need Lang on board as well as Skip. But once that happened, I was just like, it just has to be Lang. It's the only way because they're like, if he's on board, then they're gonna be on board for it, even if they're the Marduk.
I agree. I mean, if you just go there, they just think you're some different guy though, then it's probably fine. The only time where it would get complicated though, if for whatever reason, the people in New Babylon start getting suspicious that like you are this wanted fugitive, and there's like Brian Knight at the gate being like, I know it's you guys, because like he will just do stuff like that even if he doesn't know,
Yeah.
because he just likes to pry and mess around a little bit. Um, so there is a risk that say like
You know,
CJ or say Luciano or someone like that is like, what the hell? It might be one of us, and then they like take it upon themselves because in the past Lang has been like, work with the police with this stuff because we don't want to like have to deal with shit like this. That might be a problem.
that gave me an idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so if Knight shows up and is like, "Hey, you guys get any brand new Babylonians here?" And if random Babylonians are like, "Yeah, this guy over here, Jack Flint, just showed up the day after Davis died." That might be sus, right?
It is a bit sus.
What it made me think is once I cut, what if I showed up to Babylon before the plan so that people see me there like a week ahead of time? And so I take
Oh,
off my suit and I'm like after I've already cut, and so I'm introduced into Babylon a week ahead of time so that if it ever
yes.
comes back, it won't be like I just showed up at Babylon right after it happened.
That could work. Yeah. It's a good idea.
Okay, I think we'll try to set that up then. Because I could see that happening where some Babylonians are like get questioned by like imagine like some weak Babylonian get an interrogation with Knight and they're like, who's the newest Babylonian? Who just arrived here? They're gonna crack, right?
Yeah,
But if
they're 100%. Like that will happen with at least one person because a lot of them are like stupid. But also in the past, Lang has been like, just admit to shit like that because we just want to move on. So
that's the thing is
people
they might
will
not
do
even
it
think
because
to
they're
hide
stupid,
it.
and then other people will think it's fine.
Exactly. And they might just be like, "Oh, we'll just because they're not gonna think I'm some fugitive, right? They're gonna think I'm some guy who showed up. So they're gonna just tell Knight the truth, and so we gotta pad the truth with like ahead of time. So like they're like, "Oh no, this guy's been here for like a week or something," you know?
Yeah. Yeah, because it is not going to work if someone is like, hey guys, this is our new member. If the police ask about him, don't say anything. Like, that's not going to work.
Yeah, we can't do that. Yeah, because I mean, it's basically just got to be like I'm integrated as just like some guy that applied and joined Babylon, right? Just like, and no one ever thinks anything of it.
That won't be that hard because they're like, even now, there's new people who join. So it won't be that like out of the ordinary.
The only issue that could come up with that is we could never have me get scooped up by city guardsmen during that week when I'm there early, because then they might figure out my identity, you know? Because I won't be able to switch the MDT stuff until like right before the plan happens. So if I'm in Babylon ahead of time, I would have to like I would have to be really careful about making sure I there's no chance I get scooped up by a city guardsman.
Honestly, it's not that hard. I mean, the only time that I like actually got arrested for anything was when like that whole holdout shootout thing where Jimbo died. That's the only situation. Otherwise, they don't come in, like at all. And
Yeah.
honestly, I don't think anyone wants that situation to happen again. So
Yeah. I don't
I
think
think
it'll be
it's
that
pretty
hard,
unlikely.
but that's like the only risk is I just I just need to like meet people for that week, like show my face around, you know, interact with some people, let them know that I exist and have been there, and then, you know, dip out.
Yeah, I would say the only concern maybe would be like the sneaking in and out part. It's not
Yeah,
that odd to honestly just leave or whatever, but it's just something to think about.
I could scuba tank in.
That will look very suspicious if someone sees you do it.
True. Well, yeah, I'll think on that. But yeah, I think that's the best way to go about it to throw Night off a little bit.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I don't think there would be a reason for him to even look there, but there should be. It's probably likely that they might stop by and be like, "Any new members recently?" Like they might say something like that.
Yeah, because I mean, here's the thing: like, this might turn into an insane manhunt, right? Like, think about the impact of this person dying. Like, this could be like the biggest investigation they've had in years. And
Have
so
you been calling Lang on the phone, like on your personal phone, recently?
he called me recent. I told him only call me from payphone from now on. And today he called me from prison, but I think he was using one of the prison burner phones. But I like whenever I most people that I talk to, like anytime I talk to Forehead, we only call each other from payphone. And I've been telling Lang to
Yeah.
do the same. Like the thing with you and I is they already know we have a connection. There's no getting rid of it, right? So it's not as big of a deal if we're texting or calling because it would be the same as like us trying to like break a connection from Jaeger or like Lando, right? Like they know the connection's
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
There's no point. But like Lang, they don't know like I've had any association with Lang in a long time. So I definitely need him to be calling me from payphones, and that's the only time I call him is from payphone.
Hmm. Okay.
But that's like the one thing is that if I'm Brian Knight and I'm investigating, like where am I gonna look for someone hiding, right? It's like Babylon, the sewers, or the mountains are like the three top spots.
Well, he's gonna go to Polito first.
Yeah, but is he though? Because like, does he think I'm gonna hide out in Polito if I live there? Because like, if you live
Yeah,
in,
that's like the first place you're supposed to check.
I mean, sure, but I'm thinking like long term when they're looking, right? They're not gonna think that I'm hiding out in Polito if that's where like I live, right? Because like that's the obvious place is like
Mm,
that's where all my properties are.
yeah.
So like, yeah, I mean they're gonna check. That's the one thing is they might rush all of our properties and like they might just kick in all of our doors. You know, like that. I see them like
I
looking at
bet.
Polito immediately, but after that, like they're gonna be like looking where I'm gonna be hiding, which most criminals aren't gonna hide on their own property. You know, so like I think they're gonna look away from Polito after that, and I think it's gonna be the mountains especially because I was a ranger. So like the mountains, the sewer, and Babylon. But like Babylon's just like a prime spot. So like I do think that they will, like you said, Knight showing up and being like, "Hey, any new Babylonians?" Like I definitely see that happening.
Yeah, I agree. Also, last time there was that guy who died on the silo because he thought he was doing a Mr. Beast challenge or whatever. I don't remember what that guy's name was.
Dude, that's because Uncle Stab told that was Rockwell. Uncle Stab told us when they first moved to Babylon, they were like building shit, and I was riding with Rockwell, and we rolled up on him, and we were like, "Hey, what you guys doing?" They're like, "We're building a Mr. Beast set. He's coming next month." And Rockwell was like 19, so he's a big beast head. So he was like
Yeah,
super
no,
excited.
I heard this story like 25 times.
Yeah.
I know. Anyway, during that, uh, Lang like basically gave the police like a little embassy tent and just allowed them to like go there whenever they wanted to the tent to like question people or whatever.
Mm-mm.
I don't think that's going to be allowed this time because they don't like Pred anymore.
Yeah, it seems like that changed with this recent stuff,
It changed.
which is good.
But some people may assume it's still like that. Also, it's going to be a weird dynamic when Lang or whoever is like, hey, the dynamic's not like that anymore. Do not let that guy in here to question us about that because it's going to seem sus even if it's like not.
Jax, come here.
So I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think your biggest problem might be like Brian, but also some people in New Babylon becoming like suspicious of you.
I mean, it could be, but like, I mean, you guys have people joining all the time, right? So, like, if I'm just another person, just show up, do my job, like, what would make them suspicious, you know?
Yeah.
The only way is if, like, depending on how the manhunt goes, if there's, like, because there could be, like, state announcements, state alerts, like, there could be wanted posters, like, and then it's like, I don't know, maybe, but I don't know. I guess I just have to, like, really try hard to blend in and keep my head down.
Yeah, true.
Because, like, ideally, I just look like another person that just joined New Babylon, like all the others. So,
Yeah, you're probably gonna want a job that makes you like not have to leave that often.
yeah, I was
But you're
thinking,
still
like, you got
doing
someone that
stuff.
like cleans or something, or like, what if I just like,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
could
know,
clean.
like something like yeah, like something that just maintains something in the area where I can just like stay there.
Yeah, no, that could be good. Or that, yeah.
Or if there's like
I don't know.
fish, if you
There's
guys do
plenty of stuff.
fishing, oh, I can't do fishing.
No, because that's like a reason to roll up on you.
Yeah,
if they wanted
exactly.
to,
Yeah,
even though they literally never have.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you can like whittle things or something.
Ooh,
Get really into whittling or make wooden stuff. I don't know. Yeah, there will be something, but it's something you need to think about too.
yeah.
Huh. All right. Well, I guess we'll. When do you think they're gonna do that meeting?
Well, the one issue is Lang's got 7 years in prison, so it depends on if he gets broken out. If he gets broken out, maybe, you know, sometime soon, but if not, then after his 7 year sentence.
I see. Okay. Okay. Well, guess we'll see how it turns out. How? What are you gonna drive him to the dock in?
Don't know yet. Probably one of my own vehicles or like one of our own vehicles because if I do get like tailed or something, I want to be able to shoo them away using my credentials. So probably just one of my own vehicles because they're gonna know anyway, right? So like, who cares? Like the plan is probably to escape by boat after the act happens and leave the vehicles there, which I still got to work
You're
on.
gonna leave your own car there?
Maybe because I mean the plan it's gonna happen at the end of Chumash Pier. We don't want to run all the way back up the pier. We're gonna be dipping. So we're probably gonna leave by boat. But it's not gonna be like I'm not gonna pull it right up to the pier. Like we'll pull it up down the road and park in like a driveway or something, and then like walk a little bit there. But the plan will likely be to dip off the pier and dip out by boat afterwards.
Hmm.
Because I'd be worried in case we were tailed or someone somehow realized. I don't want to walk into a trap at the end of the pier when we walk back.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So like the plan would be to have a boat ready and take us like and just dip north from there, and then get like to Polito maybe to land or somewhere to land and have like a car ready or a pickup ready, and then we just dip to like probably the mountains from there, and then that's when I somehow got to sneak into Babylon.
Honestly, you could just like scuba into Babylon. That part would be easy.
Yeah, I might do that. So like if we escape by boat, we get somewhere to land safe, and then we just drive up Chiliad, and then we go down Chiliad to the sea, and then I just scuba into Babylon from there. Somewhere in between, I got to take the suit off too. So, but once I do that,
Oh,
I should be good.
yeah, okay. Um,
Oh crap! You got any food? I just realized I'm real hungry.
no, I just ate my last fish.
Okay.
I have a drink, but no food. Huh.
But yeah, that's what I got so far. I still got to tweak some stuff, but that's what the plan is looking like.
You could maybe. Nah, you're probably gonna need to stop. I was gonna say, I mean, you could maybe technically scuba all the way to New Babylon, but you'd need to stop for like clothes and stuff.
Yeah, because I'd have to change in between, and then also I don't know if you can swim up the rap. I could boat most of the way there, and then scuba in from there. Maybe that might
You
be.
could definitely scuba through the swamp one.
Ooh, yeah, maybe that's a plan there. Or like boat from Chumash through the swamp, and then when I get close, I just scuba the last little bit in. Maybe.
No, they could probably, if they were paying attention to the river closely, which they might be if they see the boat go through there, then they will just watch you probably slowly swim. Where
True.
if they didn't know you were in the water, obviously they would never notice that. But if they did know, then they probably would.
And the other thing is too, we don't know like how hot they're going to be on our trail, right? Uh, ideally, they stumble upon the crime scene after I'm already safely in Babylon, right?
Yeah.
And so that wouldn't matter as much. But yeah, so maybe yeah, I think we do have to boat up north so I can change and then make my way to Babylon. But once I get changed, I'm pretty safe. Because I won't have any like way for them to trace it back to me, really.
Other than the car.
Well, well, no, we're. I mean, it depends on what car we pick up, right? So like, we probably get someone to have a rental ready, and set up up north, and then we just jump in the rental, and then I'm changed. Because the second vehicle wouldn't.
Where are you gonna get changed? Like, where are you gonna keep your clothes at?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do for that yet. It probably has to be somewhere up north, though, because we probably leave Chumash and go straight north from there. I think going south is too risky because if someone happens to be driving up Great Ocean, they see the boat going south along the water. And so, like anyone that happens to respond to Chumash will come from the city and they'll go north up Great Ocean and then stop at Chumash. So if we go north from there, they're less likely to see us.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, maybe they're like through the swamp. There's that clothing store right off the water towards on Route 68.
That's true. I feel like that'd be like the first spot they would check, though. That's like a clothing store.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. I'll have to think on that. Because the
Is
only
there
other
anyone who?
option up north is Polito, but then they could look in Polito quickly if depending on how fast they find it.
Yeah, I mean, is there anyone's like house who you could leave your clothes at and have them just like leave it unlocked or something?
I mean, no one
But
in between. If we go north, the only way that would work is going south. Because if we go north, then it's just it'd be somewhere in Polito.
uh,
I mean, the other option is somehow making it to Grapeseed, which wouldn't be bad. We could loop around and go to Grapeseed, maybe.
uh, you can also drop your. You can leave your clothes at barber shops and stuff too.
Hmm.
Sometimes they hold on to like some of your outfits and stuff if you pay them.
The only other thing is, I can't risk anyone seeing me change, like
Yeah,
anyone at all, because that would be like crazy bad. So that's the only thing is I just can. It has to be someplace super safe where no one's gonna see it.
that's probably like the biggest challenge, honestly, in the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, clothing store is probably gonna be a no go, and I probably need to find a place I can stash clothes because the clothing store is way more likely to be seen.
Yeah, most of them are quite undiscreet. I don't know.
I have to think on that more. I might be passing out soon from hunger, though. I'm real hungry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have food.
Yeah, we probably got to dip out. We've probably been chatting long enough, though. But we can think on it more and maybe meet up like in a week or something if you think of anything else.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. I don't know. There's got to be something. Wait, why don't you want to go towards the city? Just because it's like
Because if they go up Great
too.
Ocean and we're going south next, because we'd be next to Great Ocean, so they might
Oh, I
see the
see.
boat traveling and they could just they could just think it's suspicious, like a boat. Because then,
Yeah,
if
that
they
makes
stumble
sense.
across the crime scene and they see a boat was just coming from that area, then they're going to be on the lookout for a boat everywhere.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Huh.
listen, no, I did.
Okay.
I remember saying Dread when we were talking about cards. I remember saying Dread's name. I remember looking at his card and reading Delve Nash, but I said Dread
It's just a
instead.
bush. The bush looks so weird over there.
It kind of does.
I don't think there's anything in it or on it. It just kind of looks odd. Okay, well, I guess we'll talk at a different time then.
Maybe in like a week or so, we'll get back together.
Sure. Yeah, I'm curious to know the reaction of the calling card part for some of the guild or whoever you choose to tell about that.
Yeah, the issue is he wouldn't want me to tell that part, probably.
Well, they will find out.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
So, and when they do find out, if you never told them, they might get more upset
Could be.
if they were to get upset at all.
Could be.
Just something to keep in mind. Okay. I guess I'll get my phone.
Where's Lando's body? Alright, I'll hit you up in a week or so.
All right, I'll see you later.
It probably is a good idea though if I'll probably start calling you from a payphone just to be safe.
Okay, I don't know if there's
I don't know if you can.
payphones.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to call me from one though. We'll see.
Hmm. I mean, I have another phone on me,
Ooh, okay. As long as
but
I mean,
it's probably not gonna work.
could you get a? Oh, I don't feel very good.
Oh,
Maybe you could get another line.
yeah.
Bjorn's got to starve himself to death to.
Hmm.
He's got to not. He's got to. This is how he's cutting. He's got to cut by not eating.
Hello?
Yeah. I'll be fine in like 20 seconds. I'm thinking.
Oh. Maybe I could. Maybe. I
Oh.
was gonna say I could use my other phone, but then I realized like, oh, you're gonna like get back up, right? Are you okay?
Yeah. I got enough strength.
Oh, okay.
I gotta starve myself for the cutting.
Oh.
The cutting begins. Oh.
Hmm. Yeah, if we used other phones,
You would just have to throw them away at some point, probably. Like.
also you need someone else to buy the phone, the SIM card,
True. Yeah.
because they can
Ooh, I got an idea. Then I'll go through. Okay.
they can subpoena SIM cards and who bought them. What's that?
Yeah, I will go through evidence and find you someone's SIM card we confiscated and give it to you.
Yeah, because I just realized the extra phone I have on me is Lang's phone.
Oh.
So I was thinking I probably shouldn't call you with that.
Yeah, I'll get you a SIM card one way or another that doesn't come back to us.
Okay.
All right, let's get. We've been here too long. Let's get the hell out of here. All right. Delver meeting. Are we gonna pass out on the car again? Yeah, that conversation went way longer than I thought I was going to. We were there for like over an hour or something. It was a good one though. But I mean, we had a lot to tell him, especially with the other stuff with Lang that happened. Because this is the first time Delver is getting to hear the plan, because he wasn't at the guild meetings and stuff. So this is the first time he's heard of any of this stuff. Let's go raid the BCSO fridge. Yeah, we gotta meet with all the guilds sometimes. It's been tough. I haven't seen them around much, but we need like Lando, Lexi, Alex, and Eve. We need all four of them together sometime. What is the mission? Bjorn has been planning to kill a powerful political figure for the past couple months, and that's what we're working on. Is it's basically how Bjorn's gonna lose his job, because Bjorn never planned on being a cop for super long. Bjorn became a cop on the word of the Stormlord as a mission, and this is the plan that is gonna be he's gonna be losing his job over. The Stormlord is like a NPC character. I mean, there's been times in the past where the political figure is a real roleplay character. If you're talking about the political figure, the political figure is a real character played by a real person. The Stormlord's like half and half because sometimes the Stormlord has engulfed Lang and spoken to us through Lang. We're getting on duty just to raid the fridge. I mean, our intent is to permanently kill them, but we don't know if that's the way it'll go, right? We don't know if they'll actually die or not, but we're preparing it like they're going to actually die. Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, we don't. There's no guarantee that they will. Like, we don't know for sure, but we're just planning as if they are going to die. Shit's bugging. There we go. Refrigerated. We'll see. We'll see. With a blade? Well, it'll actually be more fitting if someone else does the deed. But I do have an idea of how we're going to do the deed, but I'm not going to share that part yet. We're going to keep that part a secret. Dude, my radar's on and I can't turn it off. I do have an idea of how we're going to do the deed, but we'll keep that secret for now. We got a little plan. I might have revealed it before, but for now, I'll keep it a secret if I haven't already. Gotta try to keep some stuff secret.